fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news. Some breaking news concerning Anthony AJ Joshua. Had to go live with you guys like I promised. Do more lives, get more in. So let's begin. So AJ, as you guys know, right, has chosen his next opponent. AJ, 2 times, has selected his trainer. Derrick James, people, will be Anthony Joshua's new trainer. And let's talk about it. Watch your language, bro. Kurt doesn't deserve to be addressed that way. What the hell? Come on, Curva. Who the fuck is Curva? A warm salute to Kurt and everyone on the chat. That man called me Curva. Never heard no shit like that. The hell does that mean anyway? I'm telling you. YouTube, the internet is undefeated. Undefeated. Daniel McCone. Daniel McCone is a very interesting fighter, undefeated fighter, Australian fighter. Hit that like button when you come in, guys. And I think it's interesting. He's a bum. Well, he's a bum that hasn't been beaten. We could say the same thing about Charles Martin. We could say the same thing about, a lot of fighters, really. Stop the cap. Well, what makes him interesting is not because he hasn't been challenged, because we know damn well he hasn't been. And he surely hasn't been in there with anyone like AJ remotely. So he gets a payday, right? And he's an Eddie Hearn fighter, right? So what do we have? What advantages does he have with AJ? Oh, that's right. He used to be a sparring partner. See, McCone was a sparring partner of AJ. So if he's a smart fighter, he's picked up on habits that a lot of people don't know. In fact, it's not like that a lot anymore, but fighters didn't normally spar with fighters that they're going to fight. I remember back in the day, people, the biggest rivalry or one of the big uproars with Roy Jones Jr. was when Lou Del Valle, someone that he used to spar with, called him out. And normally, you don't call out people back then. People had integrity. What happened in training or sparring stayed in practice, training, or sparring. But it's not like that no more. That's why, I invented the series Sparring Wars, because the more people spar, the more people develop that scar, the more people go far, and that far goes to tar. Bars, right? But no, seriously. People are talking more and more about sparring these days, and he knows what AJ's about. I don't know where he's ranked. Let's check it out. Can we say bars? Let's see. Howdy from Oklahoma. God bless everybody. Marcus Martin from Oklahoma, OKC, baby. I got 2 sisters there. UK checking in. Raw Marks. Zeus. What professional sport would you say you would do very well in boxing? Football, baseball, soccer. I don't know, probably baseball. Okay. I want to see where he's ranked too. Yeah, I know, right? Because we have to see. We have to see what's going on with this guy. All right. Dempsey McKean. Okay, there you go. You know, it's crazy about Google, right? The more people look up someone's name, the faster it pops up based on searches. So as soon as I put in Dempsey, they're like, Dempsey McKean? I'm like, damn, how did you know? Um, all right. Okay, McKean is number 10 with the WBO. He's 11th with the WBC, but doesn't feature in the WBC. Wait, the WBO, he's ranked 11. I mean, ranked number 10. The IBF, he's ranked number 11, but he's not ranked in the WBC or the WBA. All right, so let me set that across. Well, he's top 15. You know. However, I did get concerned when Eddie Hearn said top 20, and then he went from top 15, then he went from top 15 to top 20. And I was like, well, wait a minute, dude, you said top 15. Top 20, you're trying to move that goalpost. Like, so you're just trying to put him in with a straight bum. You know, and I think because the IBF mandatory Philip Hergovic decision, Zile Zhang, I think that threw Zhang out. You know what I mean? And Zhang's old. But Zhang can thump, though. Right? Fenor. It's Dempsey McKean. Kurt, if you're after a good recent heavyweight scrap, watch Justice Huni versus Kiki Toa Luteli. Okay. Huni would be better, but we all know AJ wouldn't take that challenge. I don't know who that is. Honestly, I really don't know who that is. Huni? Is it Huni Catelli? Derek James. Anthony Joshua. That's right here in Texas. You know what they say, everything's better in Texas, right? What do you guys think about that? So he starts training camp here. He'll be in Texas for a minute. Not that I have anything against Derek James, but I'm not the biggest Errol Spence fan. So it's like, you know, they'll probably have me that, oh yeah, that counterpunch boxing news dude. Yeah, I know you. You're that one that talks all that shit. So, good luck with that. I would prefer Ronnie Shields because Ronnie Shields, for one, he's closer. Houston's closer than Dallas to me. Two, I actually like Ronnie Shields. Derek James, I think he's tried to turn into somewhat like a Freddie Roach as far as trying to promote or be like a half trainer, half promoter versus just a trainer. Because when the negotiations with Terrence Crawford was going through, he had a lot of shit to say about sales. And I'm thinking like, Why would you have anything to say about sales? How about you train your fighter to fight one of the best fighters in the world? What are you talking about Terrence Crawford's sales for? So I always thought that. So he got on my bad side because of that. The question I have is, why aren't fighters fighting? Simple. Yet there it is. Are they so afraid of losing their O? I don't think so. Some of them are. Because some of them are still believing that Mayweather shit. Mayweather picked his last, when he was fighting, he probably picked his last 6 opponents in the last 3 years of him fighting. Probably longer than that. Okay, so when him and Al got together and they made all that money, they were so successful, they just breathed, you know, they started a doctrine. And that doctrine was supposed to have been a blueprint on how these guys can become superstars as long as you don't get beat, as long as you can self-promote, as long as you had a fan base, as long as you could still legitimately fight, you really wouldn't have to worry about certain things for that matter. He should have went with Bomac. Yeah, I've been boss, you know, but and I want to remind you guys of something, but before I do so, let me get some of these out of the way. Chuck. All right, Kurt, I'm thinking Anthony Joshua has a lot of grit left in him. Let's enjoy it while he's still around. Peace. You know, I'm with you on that. I think at the end of the day, I think if Joshua really wanted to quit boxing, he could have done that. He's made all the money. He's made more money than people probably will make. You know, more money than a lot of fighters will ever make or ever dream of making. He's been a 2-time champion. You know, so he knows what it's like. He knows what it's like to defend his championship belts. He's fought Povetkin. He's took it from Joseph Parker. He's got it back from Andy Ruiz. He's defended it against Kubrat Pulev. Even though Pulev losing a decision to Derek Chisora really didn't help the legitimacy of the opponents of the opposition, simply because once someone else beats a fighter that you beat, that win becomes less significant. I have to remind people of that. So if you were the only one that beat Canelo, that's you. That's your baby. That's your win. That's your pride and joy. Just like Deontay Wilder with Luis Ortiz, right? Just like Joseph Parker with Andy Ruiz. But it doesn't matter if Andy Ruiz, if he gets beat by someone else, so he got beat by Joshua. So Joshua and Joseph Parker, now they share that win together. They can sit back, smoke a cigar, and talk about how they defeated that one guy. But, you know, then again, you know, Joseph Parker can brag and say, you know what? You know what, AJ? I didn't get defeated. I boxed him. I didn't go down. You did. You got beat by Joe Joyce. Joe Slowpoke Joyce. I can see a match in their war stories. But yeah, so back to what I was saying though. I think that these guys, they don't want to fight each other simply because, you know, they believe in that Mayweather thing. But back to AJ, because I know I'm bouncing around. That's what I do. AJ has a he still has fire in him. I don't think he knows where to direct it. And I think this better be some Rocky Balboa Apollo shit. This better be Rocky 3. Because, you know, Rocky had everything in Rocky 3. He had the money, he had every fucking thing. You know, he had the cars, had the motorcycles, had the house, had the wife, had the kid. You know what I mean? He had everything. And he wasn't really hungry. And he found out the people that he was fighting was bums. Not saying Anthony Joshua was that same way, because, I mean, he's actually fought the people that he was mandated to fight. So if you want to call those people bums. Okay, calls Usyk a bum. Call Puleg a bum. Call fucking Alexander Povetkin a bum, which is all bullshit, right? So AJ has a lot of fight left in him. I think he wants to get that next belt, which he will be 3-time champion, I'm sure. Anthony Joshua's too young and he's too higher up not to become champion again unless he loses to everybody that he fights of a challenge. If he loses to Wilder, if Wilder gets it some type of way, or Tyson Fury he has it and he gets beat by Tyson Fury, or he gets beat by Joe Joyce if Joe Joyce is able to dethrone Tyson or Usyk, right? So that's how it's going. The landscape's going. So I do agree. AJ does have a lot left. The most important part is the optimistic part of it is he's looking for a trainer. So he's looking for someone that takes him somewhere that he feels that he can go. If he didn't feel that he could go anywhere, if he just felt like that meltdown / breakdown that he went through, if he felt like that, this is it, fuck this, I lost 2 decisions back to back, I'm not good enough, I'm a big boy, I run out of steam, I don't have the stamina, I guess I got too much money, whatever, let me quit, let me get out of here. He ain't said that, you know what I mean? Because normally you could really see that. How? Because a guy fighting a guy like Demsey McKean. Demsey McKean is a guy that no one really heard of. He was a sparring partner. He's an undefeated fighter, but his record is with a bunch of fighters that are not in the top 10, that are not in the top 15. They're not in there. He's not even ranked with the WBC and the WBA, right? So, we don't really know a lot about him. But what we do know is Dempsey has sparred and trained with AJ. And I think anybody that's cognitive, that absorbs information, can learn from anybody, especially when you fight or you train anybody. Like, I got a good friend that I spar with. I know his fighting technique. He may or may not be better than me. He may be able to outbox me, maybe. But I can't fault AJ because AJ, well, I can because he's a professional athlete, mind you. But I understand when you're fighting, you're shit, you can run out of gas. And that's a horrible feeling because when you're up, it's like you have nothing left. You can barely hold your hands up. You can move. And then at a time you just want to drop your hands, take a walk around the block, skip around, but then that's when the other fighter is going to attack. That's when they know, like, look, this motherfucker's tired or I've hurt him. And if you're both, you have no choice but to go down. You have to have a will of iron. But here's the thing. I'm like maybe 245. If I'm boxing, there's no way in hell I'll be able to move around, perform the way I need to at 245. There's no way. No way. It might look good for some people. Chicks might like it. Oh, you're thick and fine. Don't matter though. Because once you get in the ring, you're good. This shit is going to it's going to count all against you. That weight, that muscle mass, because I'm a pretty big guy, okay? It will all count against you, okay? All of it. The weight, the muscle, everything. You can do stamina all day. Doing stamina all day, will that condition you at that weight to perform that way? And I will say no. AJ needs to lose some weight. So with Derrick James, here's the thing about Derrick James, okay? This is my worry about Derrick James, mind you. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you my worry. Let me get to some questions. Errol Spence Jr. has been very negative towards AJ in the past, so maybe AJ needs to be in the type of environment where people think he's average. Good, and I was about to say that, okay? And before I get to that, let me tell you the possible downside. I'm gonna do a video about it separate, but give you guys a sneak peek because this news is just broken. I don't like the idea. Okay. Let me rephrase. Here's the possibility of Derrick James not being able to train AJ like he needs to. For one, he may just be doing it for the money. Why do I say that? Well, what does he have to lose if AJ comes over there and gets his ass whooped by anybody? What happens then? Nothing. Because he still has guys that are undefeated. He still has Errol Spence. He's undefeated. He's still 3-time champion, where Anthony Joshua was. He has a new kid on the block that dethroned Little Ali from Dominican Republic. You guys remember Michael Rivera, right? He beat the shit out of him. He's undefeated, and he's going to that next level because that was a title eliminator. You know, he has a couple. He has Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo's the undisputed super welterweight champion. So, like, Derrick James don't really need AJ. Okay, let me say this. He don't really need him, but it's a possibility that this could be a payday. Not saying he's not a good trainer. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that what if AJ, being the money man, is able to call too many shots that makes him comfortable like Robert Garcia was? Counterpunch. What if it's like, hey, I'm going to bring my boy Angel in. He's going to work with you, and then we're going to all work together. You know, and Derrick James, if he's just for the money, he might say, okay, right? He might just agree saying, you know what? This motherfucker brings money, that fight purse. I'm going to get a portion of that, of my fee. I'm going to get that bread. I'm going to make this extra cash from the UK. Fuck dollars, I got pounds. Fuck dollars, I got pounds, right? So since we're talking about that, he may agree because he knows he's not taking it seriously. But if he does something drastic like saying, AJ, it don't work that way over here. You got to come over here and train. You got to leave fucking Angel where he's at. You want to come here, you come here with our people. Now, your people, your administrators and your management team, that's another thing. But training, that's me. Now, if he does that, we'll know that he's serious and he really wants or really cares about taking AJ to the next level. Okay? That's a major thing. He has to care. And I think, and that's the only way that he'll convince me, that he pulls some real strings in real big power moves to let him know that I'm fucking in charge. Not that shit Robert Garcia did, just hang on the sidelines and get a check and watch Angel Fernandez do all the fucking coaching. You know what I mean? I thought that was strange. I'm like, well, who the hell, what was Robert in there for if he's not in that guy's face saying, look, I need you to go into the body. You need to work. Or you're tired, Bendejo. I need you to go. Come on, give me something. Can you do that for 11 rounds? Can you do that? I need you to do that, AJ. Listen to me. You need to do that. Shut up, Angel. You need to do this. You need to go to the body and work his fucking body until his fucking stomach gets numb. That's when. And his legs will start working. And you start uppercuts to the body. Then you come upstairs. Your uppercut. You give him the Klitschko cut. That's how you got to do it, AJ. Now, I want to see that. I want to see the intensity. I don't need all that lackadaisical up and down shit. I need you to go to the body. And I need your hands moving. Can you do that? Ding, ding, ding. Okay, do that. We need that. That's what he should have done. What did he do? Instead, okay, yeah, right. Yeah, cool. And then Angel jumps out. You guys see what I'm talking about? Do you guys see what I'm talking about? It wasn't the intensity that I used. I have watched 1,000 fucking hundreds. I've watched 100 times that Robert Garcia has trained guys with Fernando Vargas, with Mikey Garcia, with Marcos Maidana. He's trained so many different guys that I've seen him get crunk with. I've seen him get real with. I've seen Robert Garcia show that intensity because it's almost like you're pouring that intensity. You're pouring that energy into that fighter. I remember when Felix Trinidad Sr. used to slap his son. Mueve la cintura, mueve tu cuerpo, muévete. Tiro, duite. Tiro. You know? They all looking like a coward fighting a boxer whose most recent showing was a punishing defeat to a 40-year-old Pac-Man. Oh, man, Ugas was good, though. I'm glad Ugas got that fight. And you know I'm a Spence fan. Haha, maybe Fury training AJ behind closed doors. Nah, that was the best thing Errol Spence ever did, Porter. Counterpunch Boxing News, who's AJ's next opponent? Bryce Productions. Dempsey McKean, an Australian. Let me show you guys. Dempsey McKean is 22-0, 14 knockouts. All right. Ugh. The best person that he's defeated was Jonathan Rice. Okay, and Jonathan Rice's claim to fame was he beat Michael Polite Coffee. Michael Coffee was a pretty big prospect. He was pretty damn good at the time. You know what I mean? Like he got beat by Efe Ajagba, Dempsey McKean, Arslanbek, Mark Madoff. Those guys were able to beat Jonathan Rice. Jonathan Rice was able to come back and win his last couple because he won. He upset Coffee, which Coffee at the time was 13-0. Well, no, he was 13-1. So who did he get beat? He got beat again, didn't he? Yeah, he got beat again. But his first loss was to Jonathan Rice. Jonathan Rice was defeated by Dempsey McKean. So Dempsey McKean's best win is Jonathan Rice. Jonathan Rice is a veteran. He is a gatekeeper, but he's tricky. You got to be careful with that guy because he has this kind of style. You know, Jonathan Rice has this kind of, loose style where he's, he'll jab in and that, like he has a style where he's loose, he's unorthodox, he's very agile, and a guy like Michael Coffey couldn't deal with it. He couldn't, and he got beat up. Michael Coffey got beat up. And so that's where we're at with Dempsey McKean. You can't call an undefeated fighter a bum. You just can't do that. So I refuse people to say, oh, he's a bum. No, he's just not on the level that we're used to seeing AJ. So the question you ask yourself is AJ, or does AJ warrant a fighter like McKean? Does he warrant that? Is this a fight you approve of? You guys tell me. AJ still has championship years left in him. He's here to stay, just has to find a new way. Bars, King Mike Hall coming in with them bars. I'd be surprised if Joshua didn't win another world title again. I believe he will. AJ's too young not to. He's just too young not to. I just don't see it. Fair enough. I still think fighters should be making their money while they can. Respect Kurt. Absolutely. He's made a lot of it. Josh was only about politics. Well, reptile lifestyle. So you're saying the only reason he picked Derek James because he was the fighter of the year? Remember Bankroll. He's fighting that college kid he confronted. Mr. Boombasky, AJ's a brilliant heavyweight. People are just talking rubbish in the words of Dillian White. He's just talking rubbish, man. Just talking rubbish. The lanky piece of shit. He's talking rubbish. So AJ, I fight with AJ. I fight AJ. I'll fight them all, bro. Woohoo, he's coming back for his redemption. Teresa Brown. I don't know if he can get off that redemption list. He's going to need to do something. How does Anthony Joshua get off the redemption list, people? He'll get off the redemption list by simply doing these three things. 1, fight in America, reign in America, get your belts back, and prove the naysayers wrong. Show you still have heart. Let's hit that like button. We got 100 people in there, and we got 25 likes. I can't have 76 haters. I know. So it's more haters here than people that are actually subscribed to the channel, which is in the thousands. That's why I don't understand YouTube at all. You know what I mean? You have all these subscribers, and then you got 50 people. You're like, okay, that's crazy. Let's hit that like button. Who's the new trainer? The new trainer is Derek James, people. And on that, I'm going to do 50. Derek James, people. He is the new trainer. He's the new trainer of Anthony Joshua. A lot of people knew that before, the insiders. It just hasn't been confirmed because the last time we confirmed anything, or we thought we knew, it didn't happen because that was supposed to be Ronnie Shields. He was with Ali Bashir, and Bashir was James Ali Bashir was, doing the thing with him, and we thought that that was a lock, but it wasn't. He went with Robert Garcia. So, it's crazy. So that is his new trainer, people. So he's going to be with Errol, Jermell. So he went from Jamal to Jermell. Right? He went with one Charlo to the other Charlo. He went with hanging out with Jamal to Jamel. Teresa Brown counterpunched you. I watched the first AJ Usyk fight again today. Don't know why AJ was bouncing around so much. Guitars for you. You know why he was? Because he was instructed to do that. I heard Rob McCracken, keep him long, bounce up and down, keep moving up and down, keep him long. That's what he was saying. That was his instruction for getting out punched and out boxed. Jump up and down like a fucking Taekwondo guy. Yeah. Let's hit that like button. Get those likes up. And I see Usyk AJ 3 soon than far. And you know what's crazy though? AJ could have took that fight if he would have kept the aggression. And here's the thing. It wouldn't even, the aggression would win in the fight because you're showing the judges that you're taking control of a fight by throwing punches. You're showing them that you're confident. You're showing that you want to win the fight. It's called ring generalship. Once you start something and then you stop, you give the other fighter the opportunity to do what you were doing. That's what AJ did. AJ came on in round 9, the second fight. Came in round 9, did what he had to do, shot his wad, he was through. Bars. Then round 10 comes around. Ding, ding. Usyk comes back with a 5 to 7, 8, 9 punch combination that made everybody say, what the fuck was that? Right? That's exactly what happened. You know what won the fight for Canelo and Lara? Canelo started throwing punches. They weren't necessarily landing, not saying some were. A lot, he had landed some good body punches against Lara. And what I'm saying is, Lara's a tall, rangy, skinny guy, right? Well, Canelo showed, this is Lara. He showed that he wanted it. So in each exchange, he'd bop, 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 bop. And every so often, so anytime he would get Lara still, when Lara was bap, bap, bop, bop, right? So whenever he would get him still, he would throw punches. He would show the judges, I'm in this fight. I'm the champion. I'm here to win it. I'm throwing bombs. I'm taking control of the ring. I'm handling this fight, right? AJ could have done that. He didn't. Seriously. Dillian White, you're talking rubbish, bruv. And I see AJ. He's woken up in silk pajamas for like 10 years, and he's still always pushed to create legacy. Well, let's see if he can do it again. I don't think it's over. I think a lot of people are so critical of AJ because we've seen AJ do so much. Then all of a sudden, he wasn't. Fucking Andy Ruiz comes around. Mr. Snickers, he comes around, fucks everything up, fucks the money up. But it didn't really even matter because the money was supposed to be with AJ and Wilder. And the question was, how much money was Wilder worth? That was the whole debate. How much money am I worth? How big of the split am I worth? What are you offering me? You offered me 12 minutes, 7, then 12. Then 15, I agreed. Then I said, no, I don't agree. Then I fight Tyson Fury for fucking $4 million. Then you offer me $100 million. Okay. You offer me $100 million and that's not enough. Right? Because Al Heyman whispered to me and told me that that's Mayweather training money. So Wilder ain't gonna like that. But see, those are the type of persuasive things, manipulative things that Al Heyman does and done to keep his fighter where he wanted him. Because he went over to the zone, Al Heyman would be included because he's still advising Deontay Wilder, but he would call no shots network-wise. So Andy comes in, fucks up the money, fucks it up, people. I mean, really just destroys it. He's sitting there jumping. I was proud of Andy. I was like, dude, this dude gotta be happy as shit. He gonna have steak and BJ day every day. I want a steak and my BJ, please. Tell the children to leave the room while you serve me, please. Cisco Perez, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Marcus Martin, AJ seems like a good stand-up guy who's fought a lot of good fighters. He's just a little snake bit right now. He'll be back, I think. Well, he needs to get that grit. You know what he needs to do? Hang around Errol Spence and watch Errol Spence work that fucking body and commit to that body. Yeah, let him do that. It might work. Maybe they might need to see him average. Maybe they need to see him, you know, maybe he just, because I think this is what happens with AJ. AJ gets somewhere and it's like he wants to empty what he knows. And that could be a very good or bad thing, because certain things you're supposed to know and keep. Certain things you're supposed to let out and stay out. And I think with AJ, I think when he empties his whole whatever, he's not, that's why he's kind of unsure. Like, dude, you know how to do this shit. You know how to get on that bike and ride it. Don't act like you don't know how to jump over the fucking seat and balance the bike and step down on the pedal. You know what I mean? You've done that before. Just because you're learning a new way don't mean you don't know how to ride. So at least show the basics. And, you know, and like, but again, I don't fault AJ for obvious reasons. In old days, fighters didn't touch weights. Wouldn't go that far, Reptile. Cardiovascular circuit training would make AJ more elusive and ominous to hit. Ominous. Maybe. Where's the exit? Watch the political fans accept this opponent. I think AJ needs some warm-up fights to get his mojo back. Listen, if this ain't a warm-up fight, people, I don't know what is. Chuck, I hear you, Kurt, and respect. Yeah, I agree 100%. Interesting to see what the big brother will do next. Thanks, my man. Absolutely. We all said Chisora and Helenius were good picks. Where is the same energy? I mean, I'm not hating on AJ. You know, he's not a champion no more. I think that Tyson Fury call out was bullshit. I do. I think, you know, you don't fight anyone out. What warrants you fighting a guy that lost the belts to another guy? You fight the other guy. Not that shit Tyson Fury did. Yeah, it caused headlines, it made views, it made news, sure. But what did it really do? Nothing. You fought Derek Chisora again. Let's get 50 more likes to win and donate $5. I'm sorry, for the people in the UK, £5. Yes, Marcus, but a tune-up like everyone else first, but definitely. Big AJ fan, hope that opponent is an April Fool's prank. No, it's not. But that is tripping. It's supposed to be April 1st, right? I just bullshit. I'm fighting Wilder. The coach needs to own the fighter in the fight. Garcia was like, we would help him. Let's all remember who's steering this talented boxer as far as promotion. If Wilder gets soft touches, then AJ deserves one. Chuck, hey, listen. You know what this reminds me of? Let me give you a good comparison. I remember when Amir Khan went to 155 to fight Canelo Alvarez. Do you guys remember that? In the 6th round, he was belted. I mean, he was I mean, he caught Amir Khan and just damn near killed him, right? I remember I covered it, went to my friend's house. You know, I was on my Facebook Live. It was nice. Then his rival, Gennady Golovkin, blasted him for taking that fight with Amir Khan. What did Golovkin do? Golovkin accepted a fight with his rival, Amir Khan's rival, and he went to 160. So this guy from 147 goes all the way to 160 and fights you. You break his fucking eye socket. So how are you much better than him? Counterpunch. Same shit. People have to have the same energy. All these motherfuckers, these top. Okay, let's imagine. Let's take Usyk out. Let's take Ruiz out. Let's take Otto Wallin. Let's look at the three that we had before. Let's look at Tyson Fury. Let's look at Deontay Wilder, and let's look at Anthony Joshua. Okay. Before I do that, let me call out my super chat. Reptile Lifestyle, appreciate it. Undisputed next. I'm a happy boy. Absolutely. Appreciate the love. You didn't have to, but you did. Keep coming. People, follow that tab with Reptile Lifestyle. Bars. Donate. Don't hate. Listen. Okay. So, all of these guys did the same shit. Win, lose, or draw. Tyson Fury fought Derek Chisora. Deontay Wilder fought Robert Helenius. Now AJ's fighting a guy undefeated now, Dempsey McKean. So all of these guys took three, like these are tune-ups. So this is a tune-up season. You know, I mean, if we wanted to get real about the shit, who really didn't need a tune-up was Tyson Fury. But I do understand he needed a fight. So I mean, how much do you give him? How much shit do you give him for fighting Derek Chisora? I mean, you could give him some. But I don't feel like I want to shit on Tyson Fury. I'm going to leave Tyson alone because, you know, it is what it is. This is AJ Day, right? Not Tyson Fury. Should have done that. But anyway, I want to see AJ get slapped by someone. If he attacks them, then he back. But if he gives lame speeches like he did to those college students, he's finished. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing?
I agree with that.
Black Cloud, you can't even name the 47 bums Wilder beat in his career. Well, about 35 of them you can. Luis Ortiz, Robert Helenius, Tyson Fury, didn't beat him. Luis Ortiz, fought him twice. Dominic Brazil. That was it. Shout out to Black Cloud who knows what's going down. Luca Mora kind of punched to you. Baptiste Candy, all you're doing is trying to compensate for AJ's shortcomings. Cut it out. No, Dempsey Jackwagon, Areola. Yeah, he did fight Areola, yeah. Areola, though, I think he's another. See, when he did that to Andy Ruiz, he just showed Andy Ruiz was at a level where he should be, you know? Blaine Walker, Dempsey McKean. Is this a joke? This dude fights in Australia for the majority of his fights. He's a tune-up. It's a tune-up, bro. And it's not a joke. He's with Eddie Hearn. It's an easy fight to make. And here's the thing. I think people should lay off Al Heyman now because if everyone's doing the same shit, they're making easy fights. That's the normal duration. That's the normal path. You know? Wilder beats up. Wilder beat-ups are on Uber driving profile. Blaine Weaver, appreciate that love. That 5-5. Black Cloud, will you get lap dance reward in Alabama? Oh, you guys are in the trenches talking that shit. Where'd they find Dempsey, the kid? You know, Eddie Hearn signed him. And if he loses, he'll be finished. He'll probably just want to retire. I mean, here's the thing about boxing. You never tell a fighter they're finished. You just know that there's no way that a promoter can promote you the way that he should if you lose and lose and lose and lose. Okay? Even Bermane Stiverne was okay when he fought Wilder. He was ranked number 4 in the world. I mean, they fought for that belt. You guys understand that? That's why Wilder became the WBC champion. He fought a guy, beat a guy that he actually didn't knock out. But then the second fight, he knocked him out. To this day. Ciccarelli coming in with that dub. Celebrate my retirement after 48 years. Your new hairstyle, drinks on me, bro. Appreciate it, man. Congratulations. 48 years of service. Now you can sit back, have your drink, walk around like your shit don't stink. Bars, man. 48 years, bro. I hope the compensation, I hope the package is nice. Okay. And it's so nice that I had to say it twice. But man, congratulations on your retirement, man. Stay tuned for Counterpunch Boxing News, and I know you will do, because I will be saying this channel. This is my retirement, man. One day I'm going to be able to retire, not jump across and on cars or over bars, right? And take punches from actors and all that shit. Maybe one day I don't have to do that. I'll just do Facebook and be like Hatman Strikes Back. Just, drop 2 or 3 videos, maybe 4. I like 4 or more because I think it's real balanced and different topics or whatever. But one day, man, I will be just like you and retire, because actually if you love what you do, it's not even work anyway. So if I could do this full time, I will be a happy man and still be able to, to live a happy life, not, eat crackers and sardines and shit like that. So, but no, Chick, congratulations, man. Congratulations. AJ not going to learn anything fighting the Dempsey McKeans of the division. He should have fought Weiling if he wanted to learn to deal with a southpaw. Well, I think he wants to stay far away from southpaws as possible right now. You know what I mean? You look at it like this. AJ saying, fuck southpaws. That's what AJ's saying. AJ's saying, you know what? Fuck southpaws. I don't want to see another southpaw for the next year or 2. Give me Tyson Fury. Give me Deontay Wilder. But do not give me another southpaw. So he probably thought about Otto Weiling. Then he probably thought about that fucking Tyson Fury fight. Luca Mora, shout out to Kurt, working on the grind. Much love, even though I don't always agree with you and your stance. I respect the hustle. Luca Mora, appreciate you for that 5 pounds up in this piece. You didn't have to, but you did. Thank you, my brother. Bill McKeevy coming in with another 5 pounds. If Fury can fight Chisora and Wilder, fight Helenius Joshua can fight similar. I agree. Same energy. Dempsey, Jack Wagon McKean gets the job done. Kurt is one crazy. King Richard, go get the confidence fight. CP is always unbiased and on a even kale respect. One of the best channels on YouTube. Appreciate you. The Aussie Giant. Kurt bringing that Hurt DeVille. Keep it real. What's poppin'? Strangeness. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. feel like I missed one, but I guess I didn't. Yes, F. Nor. Michael Hunter would be a great telltale. Well, Michael Hunter's avoided because Michael Hunter's a damn banana peel. I'm going to tell you guys right there. Fury will drag him from the abyss. That's his nature to help his enemies. One is pound and the other one's a euro. That is true. Coming in with €5. Even though both of them are more than dollars, so I'll take them both. How many fights did it take Lewis to come back after he got knocked out? I heard it was 6 fights. Yeah. And then you have to remember, see, Lennox Lewis wasn't even really liked like that. He was just this good dude that was a good fighter, but was kind of had a bland personality. He really wasn't really like a likable dude. I didn't like him, so maybe I'm biased. Because I didn't like Lennox Lewis. I didn't like his personality. His personality was somewhat pompous, but then he was he was pompous, but then he was an asshole though, you know? Like I remember when he fought David Tua, and I remember this. Like every time I think of that fight, I cringe. Very cringe-worthy fight, bro. He was like, well, that's not a left hook. What do you call that? You call that a left hook? I don't even call him like he never hit you flush with his punch. If he would have, he would have knocked you the fuck out. And it took that one shot from David Tua, and the cocksucker couldn't do it. I was so pissed, bro. Passive aggressive, yeah, kind of like AJ. Now AJ is a little more likable. You know, Lennox Lewis is like a sour AJ, bro. He's more like a sour AJ. He's more like that dude. Like, let's say he's more like AJ pissed off. Lewis didn't have that star quality. He didn't. He's like a pissed off, sour AJ. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I seen he was going to be out of here, man. He was going to be out of here pretty soon. Yeah, bro. I think we figured out why Lennox Lewis hates AJ. Well, you know, Lennox Lewis seen a lot of him, the potential that he could go with AJ, and he wanted the credit for it. You imagine? Okay. We're all boxing fans, right? We all seen Rocky. It's like Rocky 5. It's like Tommy Gunn and Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa wanted to take Tommy Gunn far. He wanted to take him far because he's seen a lot of himself in Tommy Gunn. Lennox Lewis wanted to do the same with AJ. AJ was this guy, young, coming from the gold Olympian. So he has this golden foundation. So he has all the support. He's humble. He's smiling. He's happy. He's upbeat. You know what I mean? His energy is positive. And you know, Lennox Lewis is that undisputed icon. Lennox Lewis offered AJ this opportunity, and AJ turned that shit down. He turned it down. And, you know, that made Lennox Lewis feel some type of way. You know, I think it's kind of blatant, but I seen that. It was like, it just didn't go like the Hollywood shit with Tommy Gunn and Rocky Balboa, but, you know, it was more like, he wanted to get credit for bringing AJ far because he knew AJ was going to go far. And Lennox Lewis was the best heavyweight of this era. He was the best heavyweight of his era, not this era. This is a different era, bro. That was 20 years ago. Bars. 21 years ago, Lennox Lewis, almost 21 years ago, Lennox Lewis knocked out Mike Tyson, round 8, Memphis, Tennessee. Referee Cotton was the referee. He died of COVID in 2020. God bless the dead. That being said, he fights, because I'm thinking that's before or after. That's after he gets stopped by Rahman, because he fights Rahman and gets knocked out, then gets it back. Then he fights Vitalik. Then he quits. He gets the hell out of there. Lennox to AJ in random bar. My ring's outside. Eddie, touch me, and I'll sue you, mate. Yeah, come on, Eddie. You're always beating up on your managers. Come out here and I'll show you a taste. I'll beat you up in your dad, you fucking fag. Personally, in order to have a killer mentality, you need to have experienced fights on the streets or a bad boy. All AJ did was sell drugs. Compare Mike Tyson or Dillian White, what they went through. Yeah, he did sell a little drugs, didn't he? Vitalik was a monster. No telling what would have happened to the 38-year-old Lewis. Vitalik was winning on points. Lennox Lewis, the best heavyweight, period. He ran from Vitalik. What's up, Kurt? Long time. What's up, Kurt? Long time. What's with the go hair? Muay Thai ex-kickboxer, who knows, looks like a cash grab. Yeah, he is a mini kickboxer, ain't he? What if he kicks AJ? Bah! Black Cloud, Wilder beats Stavern. And then what? AJ got busted with some weed. Everyone makes it out like he was running a crack empire in Philly in the 80s. I guess it makes a good story. Well, I mean, if it was his first offense, he wouldn't have went to jail. And I forget how much weed it was. I mean, it was more than enough, right? Kurt, did you get a hair transplant? I just let it grow, bro. You just got to let it go. I watched a short of Fury talking about how he's going to be the only undefeated heavyweight with Marciano. Usyk might take that from him. It's a possibility. I'm seeing more from Fury, though, more positiveness. Sanchez needs to get lean again and start moving down the heavyweight division. Dude is lightning. Yeah, the Cuban Flash is turning into the Cuban Bash, because that motherfucker be eating. I'm telling you, I think he got a girlfriend now, bro. He either got a girlfriend or he getting married or something. He's about to have babies, and he's about. See, Frank is now getting settled into the American life. When I met Frank Sanchez in Shreveport, Louisiana, we hit it off. We started talking about, relatives and parts of Cuba and stuff, where his relatives are from, where mine was from, fighting and boxing and stuff like that. I was there to his fight. That was his first big card from Showtime Championship Boxing. Devin Haney was the headliner, right? And I think what it is, he was lean, he was tall, because he's about an inch taller than me, so I'm not a short guy at all. I'm 6'2". So he's like he's like this, he's not that much taller, but he's taller. But he was leaner. You could tell he was leaner. But now you can tell now he's getting more American. Like this American food, bro, that we eat, this shit'll get you fat if you don't know what to eat at certain times. If you eat a bunch of bullshit, like I feel chunky right now. I feel sluggish right now. Maybe because the weather's changed, I got a kind of a sore throat, but nonetheless, I think that it was like I ate some pizza. I ate some pizza for lunch. A Papa John's pizza, big ass deep dish pizza. So it's like an anchor, like dropping an anchor in you. I think Frank Sanchez that's what's going on with him. Kurt, go to AJ's camp and do some interviews with him. I mean, if I could get in, I would. If I could get in, I would. You know what I mean? Give you guys a back, like some inside, like me and Pro Bees, God bless him. He passed away like the day before AJ lost to Usyk 1. I think Frank Sanchez KO's Ruiz. Those guys used to spar together anyway. And we were setting up times where I was going to fly to the UK, and we were gonna, I was gonna go to the gym, see AJ, go hang out and stuff, do the interviews and stuff like that, but he passed away. So, hey, but we will see what I can do, you know what I mean? So we have a mutual friend. So maybe that may open something up, because I know he knows Pro Bees and I know Pro Bees. Pro Bees was a good friend of mine. Learned a lot from Pro Bees. He has a good channel. He still has the channel, people. Media and movies are forever, even television. So remember that. So if something happened to me, I have thousands of videos. You can see my ass every day. Like Kevin Samuels or somebody. Those guys, like you will see them tower through the internet. Michael Jackson, Prince, like everyone that's passed on, bro. It's like Tupac. You don't see, like you will see them in some short somewhere. Somebody will repost it. It will twine and turn from short to short to short to short from here for the next 100 years. Right? The excuse were bad, very bad. Missed the beginning. Has everything been revealed? Cranky Boolan. Listen. Joshua, trainer, fighter, all revealed. Okay? The excuses were bad, very bad. I don't know why I keep reading that shit. Since Pro Bees died, AJ hasn't given a real sit-down interview. Yeah, it was shitty. But hopefully I can get one with him. That's a good idea. I mean, I'm actually driving to Dallas tomorrow, right? Because I got to fly out. But, yeah, it was a shock, because it was like, yo, Pro Bees loved what he did. He got the interviews. He was unbiased. He was neutral. He wasn't LDBC. He wasn't Team Britain. He wasn't Team USA. He was just a fucking interviewer. He interviewed. He took notes. He asked questions. He asked the right type of questions. Like people liked Pro Bees. He was a good guy. You know what I mean? So, it was a very unfortunate. But, Kurt, when Lewis got knocked out, did you jump for joy? Fuck yeah, Michael Buffer. When he got knocked out, let me tell you where I was when Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Hasim Rahman. I was in my parents' den, okay? My parents have a den. Sometimes when I visit my dad, you guys will see, I'm kind of like, you'll see this door, and you'll see the door behind me. That's the den, okay? That's the big, huge den in my parents' house. And I was watching it, and we had this RCA television. This shit was like, probably like maybe 37 inches, right? And it was 37 inches, and I absolutely loved it, right? And Hasim Rahman, I remember him jabbing, because he just jabbed it, and he got Lennox Lewis to the ropes. And I was standing up already. I was already standing up, because I was kind of like looking at it, like, damn, what the hell's going to happen now? Because I had this medicine ball, and I would do, I would do sit-ups on it. And I was watching the fight, and I seen Rahman come over the top. Lennox thought he was coming through the middle. Wait. No, he thought he was going wide. He comes right up the middle, catches Lennox Lewis, knocks Lennox Lewis, falls like a big fucking thing of books, like in a library. That's how he falls. He's just like a tree falling. Timber! He fell. Motherfucker didn't beat the count. I was happy as shit. Yeah, it was a good day. Also see Usyk AJ3 for all the belts. Bars. I'm going to stop responding to. He's very, very, very upset that people are calling out his hero for taking a soft touch. Well, I look at soft touches are a good thing. Here's the downside to that soft touch, though. Look at it this way. If AJ, Because you could always say, well, AJ, are you taking the soft touch because you believe what everybody says about you, or you're confirming what everybody said about you? Is it that you are having some type of mental block or something? You know, because that's what that's like, okay, your response is to take a guy that no one really knows. Take a guy that's not an Otto Vailene or not a Joseph Parker or not a, like a Zhilei Zhang or a Michael Hunter, or, you're just picking someone. So, a lot of people think, oh, well, you need a tune-up and you need this because of something else. Let's hit that like button. Let's get these likes to 100. We got 130 some odd people in here. Let's get the likes to 100. Hit that like button and donate $10. Kurt, I'm not against AJ taking a soft touch, but it's funny that Eddie said AJ doesn't take tune-ups, and now he's taken out, but he's taken out, but nobody's calling it out. Well, Black Cloud, here's the thing. Eddie Hearn just needs to know when to shut the fuck up, because a lot of times he talks too much. A lot of times, like, you can over promote and put your foot in your mouth. And I think Bob Arum mentioned that, like, he's always fucking talking. You give him the mic, he won't shut the fuck up. He talks. I'm so sick of him. Bring Barry back. He's still around. He's younger than me. Take over for your fucking son, and he's fucking up all the match room. Give me my blunt. I think Bob Arum and Warren are the best promoters now. Well, they're the ones that's been around. That's shitty for Don King, though, ain't it? Don King ain't, like, he's nowhere near what he used to be. Don King Promotions was one of the biggest promotional companies in the world. What if AJ somehow loses the tune-up fight? He's gone, bro. Jarek, or is it? Yeah, Jarek, he's gone. He's done. He loses to fucking Dempsey McKean. And this is what's bad. Dempsey McKean wouldn't really even get the credit for beating AJ, because AJ's status is so low right now. People are still like, I don't know about this guy. Eddie Hearn needs to shut up. Love the Bob Arum impression. Marlon Thornell. Bobby, he's talking about fighters that he doesn't even promote. Those are my fighters. Listen, when you get old, bro, you get more possessive on the things that you do, especially the things that you don't have to do. Maybe the things that Bob Arum is doing, he has to do in a sense of keeping him busy, the sense of giving him purpose. I get it. But once you're more, see, Bob Arum is more passion driven, and people that age, they take pride in certain shit, and things piss them off versus just doing it as a job. Bob's doing that shit like Freddie Roach is being a trainer because it keeps him alive. He has Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. No, it's Parkinson's, right? So he has Parkinson's. Parkinson's, he needs to keep training. He needs to promote and train his fighters, because that's what keeps him going. I seen a little mini documentary of Freddie Roach, little trivia, little info about him. He said if it wasn't for boxing, I would kill myself. So Bob Arum, though, back to him, they get very possessive, especially when you start talking about something that belongs to them, something that pertains to their job or their responsibility. So their responsibilities they get different. They get real possessive over their response. That's why he's talking like that to Eddie, because Eddie's young. He got years to fuck up. He might crash and burn. He may not. Who knows? But Bob, that's my fighter. Don't talk about my fighter. I'm like, dude, calm down. Calm down, Bob. Fuck you. Fuck. Hearn is Cockney market trader at heart. I don't know what that is. I see Eubank. Bub needs to promote or he's done. AJ will steamroll McKean. He's supposed to, and people expect him to, and if he doesn't, people will look at it like, what the fuck? You've went 24 rounds with Alexander Usyk. You better get a knockout. People are expecting a knockout from AJ. Why don't AJ fight Dubois? I don't think that is the type of fight that you need right now. And simply because, for one, Dubois just fought. For two, Dubois is on Queensberry, and Queensberry and DAZN, I don't think will be easy to make. Now, Frank has said that shit, but, you know, if he knocks out, now if he beats Daniel Dubois, he will get the WBA. So does that make him somewhat of a three-time? You know, if you recognize that as an actual belt. Let's hit that like button. Donate 5, 10 pounds or dollars. If Dempsey blasts AJ, AJ should become a motivational speaker and retire. Yeah, he should just speak and motivate. No, but here's the thing. How motivational can you be being a speaker when you lost your last 3 fights? Nobody won't give, oh, that's that motherfucker that got beat up ever since Andy got him. Because he only won two fights since then. So that mother, you've lost, 4 out of your last 2. That's bad. Ever since 2019? 19, man, that was 4 years ago. I think Ortiz would have been up to fight AJ. Ortiz would have been up to fight anybody. Ortiz needs the money. He needs the money, man. And I don't blame him. You know, Ortiz, though, he can't be very bright. And what I mean by that, like, is sometimes you have to have your own business sense and you have to know when to think for yourself versus the guys that you pay to think for you versus you knowing, hey, this shit ain't right. Let me fire you, put somebody else in. He didn't do that with Jay Jimenez. Jay Jimenez fucked him over. But I will say this. Eddie Hearn, being Eddie Hearn, he didn't want that fight, bro. Look, I got to call it a buck. He didn't want Luis Ortiz to fight Anthony Joshua. And then if he would have fought Anthony Joshua, he might have beat Anthony Joshua. He might have caught him with the Charles Martin punch. You know, the punch that makes you stand up. Right? So I think Eddie was like, because I never seen Eddie that mad that quick. Because I think they offered him $4 million, $5 million to fight AJ. But Jay Jimenez supposedly came on Instagram and said that they lowballed him, right? So, oh yeah, my son Charles. To be fair, I think AJ needs 3 fights in 2023, then take on the others. Well, he's young, you know, but I don't think Eddie wanted that Ortiz fight, but Ortiz would have been down. He would have been down to fight him. I just think he doesn't call the shots, and I honestly think he just doesn't know business. He doesn't know business like that. Dempsey, McKean, Otto Wallin. I would have to go with Otto Wallin. But yeah, I would have went for Otto Wallin. That would be the ideal thing. That would have been smart. You guys understand, like Demetrius Salita, that's his fighter. They can work with anybody. They can fight on any network. They're not one of those network worshipers. Even when a tune-up AJ is under pressure, he needs to KO under 7 or he's going to get Twitter attacked. He needs to knock out. He needs to stop the bullshit. He needs the knockout. He needs that. He needs a KO. He needs to knock out McKean, give Keane his first loss, 20-1 with 14 KOs, then moves on. Fight 1 Australian David Price. Fight 2 Dylan White. Fight 3 would be someone like Ruiz, Ortiz, or Wilder. At 154, is it ducking? I wanted to see Wileen versus White. Me too. Major Key Boxing. What's up, brother? Kind of punched you in the building. He's ducking Crawford. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm sick of talking about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. I'd rather see somebody that's going to actually fight. You know? Usyk's the best heavyweight of this era. Well, we'll see if he beats Fury. Remember the saying I said when he beats Fury? Remember the saying I said when you was our boxing has become one of the giant snot bubble. Well, it's a lot of things. Like Oscar Rivas, he may never fight again. He got a detached retina, people. His moves up to 154 to take on Thurman. Breaking news. Y'all heard that. Thurman wasn't an original welterweight anyway, though, guys. Why can't Crawford get his fight together? I mean, you got it. It takes two to tango. Starts training in April. AJ, that late May or June fight, he ain't fighting 3 times in 23. Kurt, have you checked out Moses Atoma? I have not. Kurt, who win Otto Vailene versus Frank Sanchez? I'm gonna go with Sanchez. Sanchez has more pop, but if he comes in fat, out of shape, it's not gonna be good for him. Because Otto Vailene, I think, is in better shape than a lot of people. Fury will smash Usyk all around the ring. Kurt, does AJ really have punching power? Who has he really KO'd? He didn't even drop Usyk and went 9 rounds with Pulev. He knocked out Pulev. He made Pulev turn his back. I ain't seen Pulev turn his back on anybody. Shit, even when big ass Klitschko hit him. You know? He was, there. You don't turn your back on nobody, bro. That don't happen. That young boy, good, Itoma. Fury has to catch Usyk. Usyk gonna turn into a Frank Abagnale Jr. Catch me if you can. Pulev couldn't believe he did that. Pulev couldn't believe he did that. Well, Pulev did that. That motherfucker. Ah! And then fucking AJ came behind him. Bitch! His footwork will tire Fury out. That would be shitty. I could see that, though. You guys want to see an impression of Tyson Fury losing to Usyk? Well, I'll tell you. Fuck, if I knew this was going to be a track meet, I would have just brought my running shoes. I would have brought my ponies. I had to chase the little buzzard around, and he boxed and ran all day. The little doll saw, I'll see you again. I'm going to track you, and I'm going to dent your fucking head in. I'm a Spartan! This shouldn't even be on pay-per-view! Kurt, don't listen to these Fury fanboys. AJ does have KO power. Usyk will stop Fury in late stoppage. That would be a good fight, though, because, see, if it gets dark and deep and murky, I favor Fury. Why? Because Fury's been there, but then has he been in there with that type of work rate? If he's because see, here's the thing. If you stop a fighter from doing what he normally does, from breathing, from resting like he normally is accustomed to. That will be a problem. Usyk will prey on Fury's stamina and then attack when hand speed and accurate punching. Yep. That motherfucker's going to, when Fury comes in and tries to throw shots and he does that dip, I'm telling you guys, when Fury likes doing this. Fury. And as soon as he comes in, Fury's going to back up and back. He's going to hit him with 3 or 4. You know, it's so intriguing. I think they both can go in deep waters. That's the thing, because I don't see Fury giving up. I don't see him giving up. And that will be the true loss for Tyson. If Tyson gets tired and gives up, that's a true victory for Usyk. But, I mean, can you really see Fury just stop? I don't see Fury giving up. I don't see Fury giving up, bro. I see Fury just, you know, what if he goes out like Wilder? Just fuck. Just go out swinging. You know, and Usyk spit. All that shit. Right? Kurt Moses Atuma is a very good heavyweight prospect from England. I got to check him out. Queensberry making big moves with Moses' signature. No quitting either fighter. Michael says, I feel like Usyk hasn't really shown his true abilities. If Usyk comes in like he did against Michael Hunter, it's over for Fury. Listen, that Hunter fight should have been stopped, bro. That should have been a done deal. He was getting hit entirely too much the last round. He was all over the ropes. He was getting hit 3, 4, 5 times consistently, and that was on U.S. soil. Usyk just took it to Michael Hunter. And he was getting hurt with shots, and I think that was a mixture of fatigue. I need to get him back on the channel because here's the deal. I interviewed him a couple years ago, like maybe a year and a half ago now. And the internet was so bad. And I didn't even know I had COVID at the time. I didn't even know I had COVID. But I had COVID. And I was out of the country too. So, dude, I had COVID bad. Okay? I had that Delta shit. That was the shit that was killing people. And I was sweating and I'm still drinking beer. Like, well, yeah. Then I would be like, oh, I'm dehydrated. Then I'd drink some water. Then I would go in and I'd get cold and I'd get hot, then I'd get cold. Dude, it was bad. But anyway, I had him, and then I couldn't really even conduct the interview because the interview was so bad. You know, I mean, it was choppy, blocky, you know, you couldn't hear it too much. Usyk versus Hunter. This is his last one chance to be named along with the greatest. He will be a man possessed. This is his salvation. Kurt, totally off topic, but are you an international bro? Absolutely. Albuga. Usyk had only 5 fights at heavyweight. He's finished. Okay. Usyk definitely going for a unanimous points decision, if not a split decision. Yeah, that Delta, bro. I was sick, man. This was in late July of 2001. That shit was weird, bro. I had like my sweat, it was like gooey. Like my sweat, like you know, like greasy, but it was gooey. It was nasty. And I look, and it's crazy. I made it back, and I quarantined. I took hot baths with Epsom salt. You know, but that Hunter interview, man, it just, dude, it was crazy. But really, to be honest with you guys, it was only maybe 4 days I was really sick. Usyk, Joyce, AJ Gibbs, the resume, legacy. Kurt, you said it's about White. Come on. COVID ain't no joke. Believe in Bob. I haven't got COVID because I smoke marijuana. You gotta smoke sativa every day. Keep your lungs nice and clean. I'm double vaccinated. I'm ready for anything. They say, well, hey, Oscar De La Hoya got jabbed. Oscar De La Hoya is a cokehead. That's why. That's why he got COVID. He got COVID because he's a cokehead. He probably was it was a cocaine cold. He didn't have COVID. Bob's Unified Division. That's a murders row. Usyk, Joyce, AJ Wilder. A lot of tough guys. But you know, I don't see that happening, bro. Sharing straws. He was sharing straws with Paris Hilton. I seen Tyson Fury come out of there, blowing his nose. It was disgusting. Kurt, does Bivol Canelo 2 ever happen? I don't think it should. I think Canelo should stay away from that. I think Canelo should wait and see what Bivol does. If Bivol beats Beterbiev, I think that would probably be worth going there for that, because then will be a unification. But him fighting Bivol again, no, because it's not. Look, I don't see that. And look, if Beterbiev beats Bivol, he could fight Beterbiev. That would be a fucking beast. Canelo is a fraud. Fury now says that he got 50 more fights. Nick Kuntz. Oscar been acting weird again. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready. Where did you get your skipping rope from? Skipping rope. I call it a jump rope. It's kind of feminine. I got it from Ross or Marshalls, believe it or not. And it's like the best one I ever had. Kurt Izabek Molanjanov beat Bakhir Jalolov in the amateur super middleweight in 2022. Okay. Yeah, I keep hearing about that cat. Canelo needs to go back now. I'm having a Spence fight and retire. That would be nice. I'll fight Canelo. I'll whoop his ass. I know how to beat him too. Shit, he lucky he ain't fight me. Fuck Terrence Crawford. He don't make enough money for me. Me need to give him $30. Fury has no more games. Fury has me no games too. Alright. No. Fury has mine. No, mine. I don't know, dude. I don't know how you putting it. Okay, well, when Bob went to Fury's house before the Wilder fight was too funny. Yeah, he's really sick. We need to delay. Yeah, they delayed it, but I mean, I guess it took him. Maybe Tyson needed just time to train. But then, you know, he did have the scare with his kid, so you know, you got to take that under advisement too. You know, so that's something definitely you need to take in consideration. Kurt, you need a six-pack like Oscar. You see him showing it off. Yeah, Oscar it's like Oscar went to a fucking sculpting place to chisel his abs. I need abs. I never had them, and I want them. Can you give them to me? Well, dude, you keep snorting that shit, you might get them. You know what? Fuck you. goes to the next place. I need abs. Like Floyd Mayweather. I always wanted abs. I've been a professional boxer for years, and I really want abs. He's crazy. Tyson Fury with his antics, absolutely mad. Kurt, who wins, Martin McCauley or Efe Ajagba? I'm going with Efe Ajagba. I am better than him. I am better than Martin McCauley. Martin McCauley is not a Nigerian. I am better than him. I am better. Decker, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Counterpunch to you. Decker, counterpunch. Reptile Lifestyle. Big Fish impression. I don't see Efe Ajagba gets past Big Shot Shaw. I can be Shaw. I can be Frank Sanchez too. Because I am Nigerian. I am better than Odom. I think he just run around the ring. He did not want to fight. But Dempsey McKean, Derek James, Andre Rodriguez. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I don't think Effie Nick Kuntz. Martin is going to make a hard charge this year. Nigerian nightmare. I am the Nigerian nightmare. I am from Nigeria. It is okay. But I am from Nigeria. I wouldn't be surprised if Oscar is drunk when they are in the boardroom snorting out of like he did on Triller. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a good fight. Shit. Yeah. I'm waiting to get home for my girl. You got it? Okay, did he come? He got it? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Kurt, do you see Gervonta fighting 3 times a year? Hell no. Gervonta Tank Davis gonna fight twice a year, bro. He ain't fighting 3 times. No. Jared Anderson just cracked the top 15 of the WBC. Yeah, give that man a chance. Let him fight Dillian White. He wants to fight Dillian White. I say give it to him. But you know Eddie want that arena money. See, I bet you if AJ fights White and beats White, that fight will probably be right around the corner because there's nowhere for Dillian White to go. Derek Chisora is pretty much shit all over Matchroom and DAZN, right? So there you go. You know? Who's gonna take Jared voluntary? I don't know. Can't wait to remind you all when Fury wins against Usyk. No excuses. I heard that. None. It shouldn't be if he does it right. So there you have it, guys. Derek James, we'll see what he does with AJ. Dempsey McKean, let's see what AJ does with Dempsey McKean. I thank all you guys for coming on. God bless you all. Be safe. And everyone has been Counterpunch. Peace.